important. That's important. That's what my folks are asking if they would have. I told them if we would have this show live today, we would have those images on the big screen, and that they would be much more comprehensive. It would be enhanced understanding. We were discussing this. We were ready to do this, and hopefully we're going to do it again. But I just want to kind of double back on what Asa just described about the show, about the theme, and it's my second time, second show we are doing with this Asa and her group, and both programs are Jewish in theme. The first was Barry Mamaloshин in dance, sure enough, and second is this one, and I remember very well when we did interview with Sarah and Carly, and I said before the show, it was one of my questions, how you guys relate to this Jewish theme, being non-Jewish people. So maybe you can answer, maybe somebody else who want to talk about this.
I'll take this one. So, being someone who's not Jewish, and being able to work on a project that had the theme of the Holocaust felt like something really special to me. I actually minored in Holocaust and genocide studies in college, so it's something that I've spent a lot of time studying and something that I feel really close to. So yeah, it really felt like something special to be able to create art about a situation that was so terrible, and to be able to use art that was created during that time as an inspiration. And it really felt like a way to honor the struggles and like the large amount of pain that people went through during this time. So it really felt like a way to honor those people that went through the Holocaust.
Okay. Anybody else want to add to this? Okay. They already talked a little bit about, not a little bit, a lot about choreography process, about continuity, fun, inspiration. Maybe just a little bit more. What was the best part of the process of the preparation of this show, and was the hardest part?
I'll take this one.
Okay, Courtney.
So the best part for the whole choreographic process for me was that, one, working with everyone, and in one hand, it's like we all have danced together at some point together, whether it was just in a class before or Asya bringing us together. But I think we all really get along well and work well together. And then for Asya's choreographic process, I know for me, a lot of the things in the show for me were kind of solo based. I was with the group sometimes, but for the most part, a lot of my dancing was solo. And so when I was in rehearsals with her, it was only us two. So there was a point where I had no idea who was in the show. And I think for me, that was like hysterical, because when she's like, okay, let's have the whole group together, when I would see everyone, I'm like, oh my gosh, you're in it. So I think with that, working one-on-one with her, she would do like choreography. And again, what I loved was that she tried to make it for me like what came natural to me. So she would ask like, oh, what are some movements that feel good to your body? And it's not like all about how she wanted to move, but then also in the same breath, because she didn't tell us like what it was about, I'm like, well, I know what feels good on my body, but like, will it go with her show, kind of? So I think for me, what I really enjoyed was that she challenged me to think outside the box. So I'm very technical in my dancing. I like technique. So again, like others have said, it's very playful, this show. And I feel like that really got me to do different movement and enjoy it. I think the hard part was that because of space and rehearsals, like finding a space and everything else, is that a lot of the times we were not together. So I feel like the whole show came together towards the end, like when it was very close to the show. So for me, in my head, I'm like, what's the order of the show? Like, we had it written down, and then it was more like, I wonder how Asia's putting this together. Like, so for me, like, questioning, like, we would text each other and be like, do we know what comes next? Like, what? So I think for me, that was the hardest part, just because I'm a planner, and I know Asia had it planned. But the thing is, she likes to keep it. It's like, oh, let's see what happens. So I think that was the hard part, like not seeing the whole thing until close to the show. But I also enjoyed that because I was like, oh, this is a great surprise, and like to see how it all came together. And yeah.
Okay, great. Interesting. Yeah, it's always interesting get inside